Welcome to Hashtag Music. In the last video, we learned how to read notes on the staff. Today, we're going to learn how to read rhythms. Here's everything you need to know about rhythms in 5 seconds. Beats, quarter notes, half notes, whole notes, eighth notes, 16th notes, time signatures, measures. Easy, right? Let's start with beats. Beats are the basic units of rhythm. Every note you play is going to have a certain number of beats, and every beat takes up a certain amount of time. We have BPM, or beats per measure, which tell us how fast or slow to play the piece. A high BPM means fast beats, while a slow BPM means slower beats. Like that. Here are some basic notes that we use. Quarter notes take 1 beat. So if I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, I play like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Half notes take 2 beats. So if we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll play 1, 2, 3, 4. It's double the time of a quarter note. And whole notes take 4 beats, so we'll count 1, 2, 3, 4. You can think of it this way. A whole note is like $1, which means that a half note is half of that, about 50 cents. And then a quarter note is, you guessed it, a quarter, 25 cents. Now we also have notes that take up a fraction of a beat. For example, eighth notes take up a half of a beat. So if we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll count our eighth notes with some extra things in the middle of there, like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 16th notes are half of an eighth note, which means we can fit 4 of them into the space of 1 quarter note. We'll count them like this. 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and. This chart shows you how the notes fit into each other. A whole note is worth 2 half notes, a half note is worth 2 quarter notes, and so on. We could keep getting deeper and deeper into fractions like the 256th note. You can fit 64 of those into 1 quarter note. If you're using one of those notes, just stop. Stop. So, instead of reading all of these notes as one long string of notes across the staff, we're going to divide them up into measures. Each measure can fit a certain number of beats. Most pop music is going to use either 3 or 4 beats in a measure. But you can make it any number that you want as long as you're not making EDM. So what are those numbers on the side for? That's our time signature, and the time signature tells us how many beats go into each measure. The top number tells us how many beats go into the measure, and the bottom number tells us what kind of note gets the beat. Other common time signatures include 6/8, 3/4, and 2/2. You can follow along with everything we just talked about with the free lesson guide in the link below at my Patreon page. Now, if you want to get more stuff like exclusive downloads, Skype lessons, video feedback, and so much more, check out my Patreon page in the link below. You can get all of this, some of it for free, and a lot more for only pennies a day as a part of my community on Patreon. Lots of exciting stuff is in development right now, so stay tuned and please subscribe so that we can stay up to date with everything that's going on. I'll see you next time.